Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Union Pacific Railroad Geneva Subdivision in N-Scale. My name is Daryl Cruz, owner and builder of the layout, and your host for episode 34 of season 2020. This is a very special episode. It's special because it's not an operations video, and it's not a layout update, although it is kind of. It is instead a layout takedown. My wife and I are moving back to Illinois. We've been here in Georgia for almost 7 years. It's been a great time here, but we are retired now. We're in our second year of retirement, and we have 3 daughters and 5 grandchildren that all live in northern Illinois, and the 5th grandchild was just born, and my wife and I agreed that it's time to move back to Illinois. So I'm not real excited about leaving Georgia and moving to Illinois for various reasons. But I am very much looking forward to being close to my children and grandchildren, so it'll all be worth it. Now, what about the layout? Well, here you see the layout just as I was beginning to take it down. So the Union Pacific Railroad Geneva Subdivision is being dismantled at this point. And the first step in dismantling is packing up everything on top of the layout. Locomotives, cars, vehicles, little people, structures, trees, pretty much everything has to be packed up. And I am going to cut the layout up and move it all to our new house in Illinois, wherever that might be. And we are downsizing, but we're going from a 2-story to a ranch house. So I'm actually going to have a bigger basement. Now those 4 boxes that you were looking at are some Kodak boxes that I don't know even remember where I got it from. But basically I'm packing all of my locomotives. Now as I do this, I basically have taken out all of my boxes, and I keep all of the cases for all the locomotives and cars and everything. Those are the 4 Kodak boxes. That's what I've always used in my moves for storing the locomotives. And here you see I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coddles, and there are 4 rows. So that's 20 locomotives there on the left-hand side, and then I usually put some cars on the right-hand side. So all my locomotives are in those 4 boxes, with the exception of a few, but pretty much all of them. Those are very sturdy boxes. I used that when I moved my layout from Independence, Missouri to Illinois, and I used them when I moved from Illinois here to Georgia, and I'm going to use them again to move from Georgia back to Illinois. Now you don't want to just look at things being taken down, so I'm kind of going to intersperse this video with some nostalgia back when the layout was running and it was in full operations. Here you have the 2 trains going across the Mississippi River, connecting Illinois and Clinton, Iowa. A loaded coal train going eastbound toward Chicago, and a manifest train going westbound to Clinton, and then finally North Platte. In the 6.5 years that we were here, got quite a bit done on the layout. The layout is going to be expanded. Now, back to packing everything up. I started with all of my BLMA tank cars for the 2 crude oil tank car trains. I think I had like 60 cars. And so I basically took each one out, and I tried to make sure that the cars matched with the numbers on the cases. Didn't really have to be that way, but I figure if I die between now and when we move, my family can sell them easier if they're matched up. I'm sure I won't die. I'm still young and very, very healthy. So I have all the white ones packed up, and here you see a string of the black crude oil tank cars that I'm have all the boxes here ready to go, and gonna continue to stack them here in this big box. Here we again go back to operations. Here's a cab ride video that we did not too long ago going through Rochelle. Cab ride videos were one of the more popular videos. So here you have the train going through Rochelle past the diamonds with the BNSF, and then the railroad park and water tank and so forth. So my basement here in Georgia, this is a 2-story house. So it's a big house, much bigger than what we're moving to, but it's a 2-story house. So my basement's approximately about 1,400 square feet. And which is good size, and I have a pretty good size layout. But the thing about layouts is that they're never big enough. So we're going to be downsizing our house, but we're going to be moving into a ranch house. So we're going to be going from a house of 3,400 square feet down to a house with only 1,900 square feet. But the basement itself is going to go from 1,300 to 1,400 square feet to 1,800 to 1,900 square feet. So I'm going to be gaining about 400 square feet. So I think pretty much everything will fit in the new layout, with the exception of Wheaton, which I never really got going on it. Now here's a lot of packing that I did. Here you have, this is about halfway through packing all my cars. So you have the 4 Kodak boxes with the locomotives and cars, and then you have those boxes here full of more and more cars. And I tried to label them so I don't have to dig through boxes to find a specific car. Here you can see it's kind of thinned out a little bit. Still a lot of cars left to be packed up. You notice there's no locomotives there. All the locomotives are gone. That's always the first thing that I pack up. And the staging yard is completely empty. Here's a couple of manifest trains that I need to pack up yet. Have them pulled out. Some stacked cars that still need to be packed up. And then here you can see the staging yard again is pretty much completely empty. Now, as I do this, things get pretty messy. Trying to find the right cases for the right cars. It's got kind of frustrating because it was like, okay, how am I going to get through all this mess? I mean, it was all over the place. And then just trying to figure out, okay, what do I do next? How do I fit it all in the boxes in their most efficient manner? I did make a point of going to Home Depot to try and get the same size boxes. Here we'll intersperse with some operating sessions. I did have some good friends that came over periodically and ran trains. I haven't really told any of them. They'll probably find out by watching this video. I did tell, no, I haven't really told any of them. So they're going to find out by seeing the video. But here we have a operator running the intermodal yard. Here's myself and another operator operating the proviso yard. I did operating sessions with another N-scale layout in Georgia, the Feather River Route by Mark Bridgewater. We had a lot of fun together. Definitely going to miss doing that together with Mark. we would operate one of our railroads in the morning and then the other one in the afternoon, and then we would go out to eat by some restaurant by railroad tracks and hopefully catch a train going by. There you have some more operators running trains during an operating session. Hey, here's some more progress. Looks pretty bare, doesn't it? All the cars are packed up. It's pretty much gone. In fact, I also have all the vehicles loaded up at this point. As you can see, my number of boxes has increased in numbers as I continue to pack up everything. Probably going to take the boxes back to Illinois when we make trips between now and when we move. I don't really feel comfortable having it in a moving van, so I'll probably transport that myself in my SUV. Those things are still messy, but not near as chaotic as before. Things are kind of getting orderly. A lot of these boxes I'm probably going to just throw away if I can't get them matched up correctly. So you can see there's no cars on the rails, no trucks or cars on the roads. Here you can see the intermodal yard's pretty empty. All the containers are gone. Vehicles are packed up. So that's kind of where I am at this point. I'm going to be doing some more videos. I'm starting to pack up the buildings. So I'll continue to video every once in a while and try and get documentation of the takedown of the layout here in Georgia. And even more fun will be putting it all back together when we get our house and get moved in up in Illinois. Probably won't be actually in our new house until sometime in June, maybe July. So probably be 12 months before I have trains running. I'm just guessing. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's a little depressing taking the layout down. But the best thing about taking the layout down is that I'm going to be able to put it back together again when we get into our new house. So definitely looking forward to that. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and a Merry Christmas coming up. Take care.